Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We are talking about why bloggers should utilize Pinterest to drive traffic back to their website. So, we have 5 reasons why, as a blogger, you should be utilizing Pinterest. Number one, think of Pinterest as a search engine. It's not a social media platform, meaning, when you're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, you're worried about followers. So your goal is to really increase those followers because the more followers you have, the more your content's going to be seen. With Pinterest, it's more about pinning more and what people are searching for to find your pins rather than the following. So that's kind of the difference between the search engine piece of it rather than a social media platform. So if you think of Pinterest as a visual Google machine, you're going to Google how to do this or what's this or how is this, what your audience is thinking, that is also what they're going to be typing into Pinterest. So think of that way. What's your audience looking for? And then be able to create content around those topics as those SEO friendly topics. Number two, utilizing group boards. So this is a piece that a lot of bloggers overlook because group boards are hard to come by. They're hard to search for sometimes. It does take a little bit of digging. You do have to ask to join them, just like a Facebook group. Each group board has its own rules. So, maybe only pinning 3 times a day, some allow 10 times a day, but not the same image. So looking for those group boards. If you are a lifestyle blogger, then Pinterest is your best friend because if you talk about recipes, if you talk about fashion, if you have products you sell, there are a ton of different boards that you can pin to. If you are a travel blogger, then you may want to look into different travel group boards that you can pin your blog post images to. So utilizing those group boards appropriately, a lot of these groups have thousands of followers. So it's great because you're able to pin and get the traffic of those thousands of people to your blog post. So if you're a travel blogger and maybe you focus on experiences for 50 plus and 50 years old, 50 years old or older, and maybe that's the type of boards you want to be searching for. So looking, really niching down with the type of group boards you're pinning to as well. Number 3, Pinterest allows you to be creative with your pins. So I really like Pinterest because you can play around with what works for you, the different image sizes. You can do, be creative with using your, make sure your titles and your descriptions are SEO friendly. Make sure you have a link that is linking back to that blog post. Try out the different rich pins that Pinterest offers. There's rich pins for apps, articles, products, and recipe pins. So again, depending on what your niche is, it's important to try and utilize the correct type of rich pin. Now with Pinterest, you can try the longer images like infographic size. You can do square images. You can have video images. So this is great if you use Canva. We utilize Canva a lot for our clients, and there's different animated pins. So you can have, the text kind of scroll up. There's also video. So with video, you can do a stock video of maybe a recipe, somebody in the kitchen cooking, but you can also create your own videos of you putting together a recipe, or of you, if you're a travel blogger, packing a suitcase, the rolling technique. There's a lot of ways you can incorporate video into your pins. And you can also use tools to pin your Instagram images to your Pinterest board. So square images work as well. So being creative with your pins and really creating eye-catching images for your audience, I think that's really important. Number 4, and this is probably the most important piece, everything you're doing, the number one, goal is drive traffic to the website. This is where this search engine comes into play, because as people are searching for a topic, how to roll your clothes to pack for a trip, if you created a pin on that matches or is similar to what they search for, your pin image is going to come up. And if they like how it looks, they're going to click on it. Then it will say, they can click on the image and then it will take you to the website. If you do a rich pin, it may keep them on Pinterest, but you have steps of how to do it. And then they can click to your website for more tips. So this is key for driving traffic back to your website. You want to make sure for each blog post you create on your website that you're creating anywhere between 5 and 20 images per blog post. And this is really important because you don't want to just pin that one image. That's not going to do anything. For each section, so I have 5 tips here in this blog. I would create 5 different Pinterest images for this blog. Then I can go even deeper. I can take a little tip from each section and create another image. So now I have 10 images for this blog post that's 134 words. So linking back then to the specific place on your website or on this blog post. So that's the key, is driving that traffic back to your website. And number 5 is there are some great tools out there like Tailwind to help you streamline your Pinterest marketing. Now, Pinterest does allow you to schedule pins. You can go to Pinterest when you create a pin, you can schedule it for a future time. So you can go in there, upload, if you're uploading 10 images per day, that's 100 images. Or I guess it'd be 70 images if you're doing 7 days a week. If you're doing more, if you're doing 20 images per day. So the time that it takes, how many hours is it going to take you to create those images first, then schedule them out, picking the day, picking the time, making sure you're remembering, okay, that one's at 8 a.m., this one's at 8:15, this one's at 9. So having that timeline of when they're going out. But if you're just beginning with Pinterest and you're only pinning, a few images per day, starting with Pinterest is a great way to go. And it's free. But if you're ready to step up your blogging game and you want the biggest bang for your buck and you really want to drive that traffic back to your website, go to Tailwind. And we do have a link in the blog. We are an affiliate of theirs, but it's $14.99 a month, and you can pin up to 200 times per week. 200 times per week. Now that's going to be a mix of the images that we're creating for the blog post, but that's also going to be like-minded companies that you can repin their information. So maybe you follow other travel companies or travel products. Maybe there's a cute, if you're a travel person, I have this great little travel bag that I keep, my passports in and my electronics in when I travel. So let's just say you follow somebody that has great ideas like this. You can repin their stuff. So it's a mixture of repinning and creating your own pins. Now, the ones that you're creating your own pins, those are going to be the ones that are driving the traffic back to your website. But utilizing Tailwind, they do all the hard work for you. They optimize your pins as far as when they're going to go out and the times when your audience is online the most, that's when those pins are going to go out. They also allow you to do what's called loop pins. So this is for your evergreen content. People are always going to be searching for how to pack your suitcase. As a minimalist, what do you need to bring? How do you roll, your clothes? How do you pack efficiently? So with that, that's your evergreen content that can go out forever. There's not a end date. There's not like, February, people stop looking for that. People travel all the time. So with these loops, what Tailwind does is you pick the boards that you want that image to go to, and over time, over the year, they will automatically send that pin out to those boards at the right days and times. So it's effortless on your point. So Tailwind's a great tool to use. If you are now to the end of this video and you're like, this sounds great and I don't have time for this, we are here for you. We just launched a new blogger marketing package to help take these items off your plate. So we help create the images. We put together that strategy. We pin the images to Pinterest with the SEO friendly title and description. We help also manage Instagram to make sure that those are aligning and you have that brand consistency throughout all of your images on all your platforms. And you can focus on growing your blog, just blogging. We focus on driving the website traffic back to your website. And if you have affiliate marketing and you're promoting products, let's create images for those as well to be able to increase that revenue. So if you're ready to take your blog to the next level and you just need a little help getting there, schedule a free 30-minute consultation today at socialspeaknetwork.com. Free consultation. Let's set up a call and let's start increasing your website traffic. We look forward to talking to you. Bye.